All right, it's game day. Montreal against the Leafs. We're going to kick some Leaf ass. All right. Montreal playing the Leafs. All right. Ugh. Okay, so that was my quick Steve Dangle impression. So Montreal's playing the Leafs today. All right, game day. This is a very looked forward to game. Anytime Montreal and Toronto play, it's a great day, especially if we win. Okay, so let's get right to it. I'm going to tell you about the game. I'm going to give you some stats. I'm going to give you my opinions on what Montreal needs to do to win. And I'm going to give you my prediction for the game, like score, and who scores Montreal's first goal. And that's right here at Talking Habs, the home of Habs hockey, where everything's dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. So if you're a Habs fan and you want to see more Habs videos on a daily basis, subscribe down there and ring the notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge from Talking Habs. And while you're at it, if you like the video, give a thumbs up. And most importantly, because we're still practicing, but very soon I'm going to be running a what do I want to call it? A contest on Saturdays. So you give me the score of the game and the first Montreal Canadiens goal scorer, and you're entered in the contest to win a prize. Still undetermined what the prize will be, and that contest will be coming up soon. So why don't you get involved now, get some practice, and give me a comment in the comment section what you think the game's going to be like. Okay, so let's get right into it. Just a few things here, notes before I give you some stats. First of all, on Toronto's side, in the game last night, Jake Muzzin hit, I think his name is Andre, I think it's Andre Cachet. Definitely a headshot, definitely an illegal hit. He got no penalty on it. And I'm just wondering, well, they give him a hearing and maybe suspend him? And when I wrote that down, I wrote, yeah, because he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. They're not going to suspend him. Why would they? Because they're not biased in Toronto. The NHL is not biased against the Leafs at all. Who says that? I wouldn't say that. No, there's no bias against the Leafs. No. Why would you say something like that? Okay, now on the Canadiens' part, Jonathan Drouin is supposed to be back today, but I don't think he is. He's not on the ice yet. And I think he said he doesn't think he's going to be ready yet. So we'll see. We'll have to find out later in the day. As the point I'm filming, the word is he's not on the ice yet. As far as who's on the ice, Jordan Wheel, Thomas Tatar, Victor Mete, and Ryan Poehling are all out on the ice practicing. So it looks like they're back to being healthy from the flu. So that's good. The team should be healthy, and the line should be pretty good. Also, just a side note, he won't be playing. Paul Byron, for the first time, practicing with the team in full equipment. So he's on the road to recovery. Okay, so some stats for the game. Montreal is 26, 23, and 7, and they are 5th in the Atlantic. At home, they're 12, 14, and 4. Against the East, they're 14, 15, and 7. They have scored 175 goals for, given up 172 goals. In their last 10, they are 7-3-0 and on a 2-game winning streak right now. Toronto is 29, 19, and 7 and 3rd in the Atlantic, and that's the spot we need to catch if there's any hope to. If you really want to make the playoffs, it's not the wild card we're chasing, really. It's that 3rd spot. On the road, Toronto is 15, 12, and 0. Against the East, they are 15, 12, and 5. They have scored 199 goals. And here's the first interesting stat. They've given up 185. They played one less game than Montreal and given up 13 goals more. So I find that an interesting stat. In the last 10, Toronto was 5-4-1, and they won their last game last night. So they played last night against the Ducks, the team we beat in overtime. They also needed to go to overtime, and they needed a penalty in overtime to beat the Ducks. So I just want to say that the Ducks on back-to-back games almost beat Toronto. Toronto needed to go a little further than we did to beat them, and with all their bragging, because that's all I read on Twitter, is brag, 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 brag. Well, you want to brag about that? Brag about it. Head-to-head, brag about this. Montreal is 2-0-0. Toronto is 0-1-1. That's something to note. Corsi for percentage, Montreal's 54.2%, second in the league. Toronto 52.6%, fifth in the league. Goals per game, 3.05 for Montreal, 17th in the league. 3.60 for Toronto, second in the league. Goals against per game, 3.05 for Montreal, 17th in the league. 3.29 for Toronto, 27th in the league. There's another stat to keep in mind. Shots for per game, 31.4 for Montreal, 32.3 for Toronto. I don't have the results of the league for that. Shots against per game, 34.6 for Montreal, 33.6 for Toronto. So on both of those shots for Toronto only one shot ahead, and against also one shot less. That's it. Power play percentage, 19.9% for Montreal, 13th in the league. They don't have the greatest power play at home, that I'm going to tell you, but they did score one against the Ducks. Hopefully it'll continue, and maybe it will. The Maple Leafs, 25.7%, so they got a good power play in their third in the league. PK percentage, Montreal, 79.2%, getting closer to that 80. 21st in the league still at that. And Toronto, 77.1% for 25th in the league. That's another stat to note. Why note these stats? Because these are interesting. These are the places where the reasons that Montreal shouldn't be intimidated by Toronto's scoring prowess is that they give up goals. Their defense is not as good as Montreal's, and Montreal's is not the greatest. So they're that's their weakness. Montreal can score goals. We've proven that all year. So this is where the shot is outscoring them. And I think that's how it's going to end up, and we'll get to that. Okay, top three point getters for each team. Tatar, 20 goals, 31 assists, 51 points. Deneau, 12 goals, 27 assists, 39 points. Gallagher, 18 goals, 18 assists, 36 points. On the other side, Matthews, 40 goals, 28 assists, 68 points. Marner, 14 goals, 43 assists, 57 points. And William Nylander, 25 goals, 24 assists for 49 points. In nets tonight, Carey Price, 23. He's 23, 18, and 4 with a .273 goals against and a .912 save percentage and 3 shutouts. On the other side, I think the Leafs were hoping for a better game from him last night. So I'm not positive he's going to play again tonight, but I think he will. I don't think they're going to put Hutchinson in against us for a third time this season, not for third time this season. We've beaten them both times. So I have a feeling it's going to be Campbell even 2 nights in a row. He is 9, 10, and 2 for the season with a .289 goals against and an .899 save percentage. Now, granted, most of that is with the LA Kings, only one, but he didn't have a better night with Toronto than he did with LA because his numbers came down a little bit. His save percentage went up a few points, and his save percentage went down 1 point, and his goals against went up by .04. So, still got the win, but still. Okay, this is the 747th meeting between these two teams. Montreal is 358 to 289. Well, I'll do it this way. They're 358, 289, 88, that's ties because this goes back a long way, and 11. They've scored 2,284 goals for and given up 2,076 goals against. Okay, so we know that in the history of these two teams, Montreal definitely has the numbers. What Montreal needs to do to win here, they need to keep Matthews, Marner, Tavares off the score sheet. That's important as much as they can. They need to keep Matthews off the score sheet if they can. That's important here. They need to not be intimidated by Toronto's firepower at all. They got to also know Toronto has a porous defense and they can score against them. So that's the key. Just go out there, play their game, and don't worry about Toronto. Just go out and play your game, and you should be able to at least keep toe-to-toe with these guys because I expect it's going to be a tight game. I don't expect another 5-2 victory like the last game they played. I expected more like the first game, where it was a 6-5 win, I believe in overtime or a shootout. And yeah, I kind of expect that again tonight. So just keep their top line as much as you can off the score sheet. Play your game. Play for 60 minutes. Keep them to the outside if you can. Stay out of the penalty box. That's going to be a key here. They've got a hell of a good um, power play. And if you're going to have to go on the PK, that PK better be damn good like it has been for a while now, since the beginning of the year. That PK has been a top PK, maybe even the number one PK in the league. I saw stats where they're either 1 or 2 in the league for PK since the beginning of the year. So they got to keep that up. Very important. I want to call him Patrick Waugh. Carey Price needs to stand on his head again. He needs to play like he has been. He has been. He has been. If you can keep that up, that's going to be a key here. So I'm going to go just with that. Stay out of the box. Price has to be super hot. You got to keep Matthews, Tavares, and Marner off the board as much as you can. Keep them to the perimeters. Tight defense. Score more than they score. And you're going to win the game. So my game prediction is 5-4 Montreal. Yeah, I think they both have defenses that are going to give up goals. So it's not going to be a low-scoring game. I don't see it being a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be tight all the way through, maybe even back and forth. One goal, one goal, one goal. I think it's going to be like that all game. And yeah, it's going to be maybe go to overtime and be an overtime win, maybe a shootout. It's going to be a tight game. That's what I think. So 5-4 Montreal. First Habs goal scorer. I've got down here Petrie or Galley, and I can't decide which. I'm going to make a decision right now, and I'm going to go with Jeff Petrie. So I got Petrie for the first goal, and I've got Montreal winning 5-4. That's it for my review. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And head down, subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That's going to get you your fix of daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. And leave me any comments in the comment section. Who do you think is going to get the first goal for Montreal? And what do you think the game score is going to be? Thanks, everybody, for watching. And peace out.